Now batting number 20, Easton Payton.
Test, test. Folks, sorry to join you a little late here, but join you in the bottom of the second, tied at 2. Easton Payton up to bat with runners on first and second for the Pacers. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Pitch low and away. Pulls it foul. Count now 2-1. On the mound today for the Falcons is number 20, Nathan Ray. Ball 3 there. Called strike 3, low and away. Or actually, strike 2. Sorry, folks. A little multitasking going on, doing some live stats as well. 3-2 count. Nice afternoon here in Cary, North Carolina. A little chilly. About 20 degrees different than yesterday. A beautiful day yesterday. Gave us a taste of spring. Had a 7:30 game last night against these two teams. Pfeiffer came out on top. Pitched low. Payton draws the walk there. Now batting for the Pacers, number 15, Nathan Holt. Bases loaded here for the Pacers with 2 outs. Called strike there. Holt came up with a really nice play in center field to end the last inning. Holt, pretty much a utility player for the Pacers, can do it all. Sophomore. Gets a hit up the middle and drives in. 1, 2 runs there. Nice hit there from Holt to drive in Tilly and Loki. Seaton up the bat here. Ball low and away. Seaton, a sophomore transfer from Barton College, started off his Pacer career with a bang with a walk-off home run against Brevard in the opening series for the Pacers. 2-0 count here for Seaton. Seaton hits it to short. Out 6-4 there to get the Falcons out of the inning. We head now into the top of the third. Pacers leading 4-2. leading off for the Falcons here in the top of the third. Number 17, Mason Striplin. Have Derek Jackson on the mound this afternoon for the Pacers. The senior from Sanford, North Carolina. The first pitch, strike. Strike two there. Cold. Striplin batting .420 after last night's game. Pitch high and away. Count 1-2. Striplin hits it through the right side to right field for a leadoff single to start things off for the Falcons. That brings up Kirby Lambert. Lambert batting .404 so far this season. 19 hits on the season. 18 RBIs. And tied for the team lead in home runs with 3. Jackson's pitch high for ball 1. Ball hit to Tilson. Tries to throw out second. Hits the batter. Hits the runner there. Sorry, folks. Goes out into the outfield. And Striplin advances to third. One out here with Bryce Marsh coming up to bat here. It's one out. Pitch low and away for ball 2 here. Bryce Marsh, team leading batting average of .447. 17 hits, 16 RBIs. Hits it to Tilson at first. Scoops it up for the out. Run will score. Bring the score to 4-3. Striplin scores on the ground. Ground out to first. Brings up the catcher, number 77, Chaston Gordon. Gordon 1 for 1 on the day so far. Close call there, but gives it a ball. Count 2-0. Gordon drives it to left field for a single. Brings up number 34, Blake Weinbarger. 1 for 1 on the day as well. Freshman infielder from Yadkinville, North Carolina. Takes first pitch. Ball. Jackson's delivery high. 2-0. Pacers coming off of a long road trip to Piedmont College in Morris, Georgia. Jackson's pitch there called strike. Got moved because of rain to a doubleheader on Monday, starting at 11 a.m. Played a game on Sunday, which fortunately came up on the losing side of things on a walk-off. Looking to bounce back here in another USA South contest. Weinberger draws the walk there. Bring up number 6, Farrell, to bat. Jackson so far has 52 pitches. Top of the third here. Ball high there. Runners on second and first here for the Falcons. Trying to get some more runs here in the top of the third. Jackson's pitch called strike there. Bring the count to 1-1. Two-one offer in here from Jackson. Called strike right down the middle. Tell you folks, it's a very nice complex out here. If you've never been out here to the USA Training Complex, obviously the home of the Pacers, but home to many other things. Farrell drives it out to right field. Brought in by Jonathan Rue out there, and that will take us to the bottom of the third. Tyler Tilson will lead off the inning for the Pacers. Tilson playing first base so far. 1-for-1 on the day. Score here 4-3 heading into the bottom of the third. Back live in Cary, North Carolina here. Bottom of the third, Tyler Tilson leading off for the Pacers here. Tilson batting .258 on the season. Had a big grand slam against Piedmont in game 1. Tilson 7 RBIs on the season, and it's a leadoff hit to right field there. Bring up number 2, Mikey Anderton. Anderton, the senior infielder from West Point, Virginia. Anderton's done a little moving around in his Pacer career. Started out at short, if I recall, when he first got here. Now he's made the move to third base after the loss of Alec Allred. Anderton lays down the bunt to third base side. Third baseman throws it out. Tilson trying to advance to third. Waited for the call here, and a called out. They're on a close play at third. No one covered the bag at first, and Tilson tried to make it to third. The pitcher gets there just in time, according to the umpire. Waiting on the call here, folks. I think the call will stand there. Close call there at third. Looked like Tilson had just squeezed in. Bring up number 7, Ty Galloway. Freshman from Wilson, North Carolina. Count 1-1. Strike from Ray there. Count now 1-2. After another called strike. Ray with the pitch. Galloway drives it out to left field. Rounds first. Will stay at first for a single here. 2 outs for the Pacers. Bring up number 27, Nick Tilley. Tilley from Eden, North Carolina. Hits a chopper to third. Be out there 5-3. Score will remain the same. Pacers lead 4-3 heading into the top of the 4th here at Cary, North Carolina. Back here in Cary, North Carolina, Eli Blake leading off here for the Falcons in the top of the fourth. Derek Jackson's delivery fouled off there. Jackson coming off of a great season in 2018. Struggling to start here in the beginning of the season for the Pacers. Against Greensboro was leading 4-1. Came out in the, I believe it was the bottom of the sixth. Came up with a no decision there. Count here 1-2. Fourth pitch there, high for ball 2. Like Blake batting .250 on the season. Jackson strikes him out swinging there for out number 1. Bring up number 1, Kowalski. Kowalski 1 for 1 on the day with 1 RBI. Jackson's first pitch hits Kowalski, it looks like. Yes, it did. Kowalski will go to first there. Bring up the top of the order for the Falcons. Number 4, Hayden McGraw. McGraw 0 for 1 on the day. Runner up first for the Falcons here. McGraw drives it up the middle. Single there. Runners now on first and second for the Falcons. Brings up Mason Stripling here, the first baseman, with runners on first and second. 1 out. Falcons, after the win yesterday, moved them to 11-3, 5-2 in the USA South. Jackson's first pitch there to Stripling, high for ball 1. Falcons here with some nice blacked out uniforms today. Sharp look. Pacers with their traditional green and gray. Jackson's second pitch to Stripling. Gets him to pop up to the first base side. Tilson looks to get under it. Alex Seaton. He dropped it there. Actually, he caught it there. Out number 2. Hard to tell here from the press box, folks. Nice grab there by Seaton. Running over to cover and get the pop out. Out number 2. Brings up number 19, Lambert. Kirby Lambert 0 for 2 on the day. Jackson's first pitch here. Inside for ball 1. As I was saying earlier, folks, USA Baseball, home to the Pacers, obviously, but also to a lot of things. The D2 National Championships hosted here for the 10th straight year. Last year. Also, Army Baseball held an invitational here over their spring break, hosted a plethora of D1 teams. Penn State was here a couple weeks ago, Great facilities, great grounds crew here. Keep the fields in pristine condition. Jackson's pitch fouled off there. Count 1-2 now. Seen many a games here played in the after rain, during the rain, and I tell you what, the field holds up great here. Shout out to the grounds crew. See, one of the best in the nation. Looks like we have some activity in the Falcons bullpen to my right. Count 1-2. Jackson gets out of the inning with a huge strikeout. Caught Lambert swinging there with runners on second and third. Score still 4-3 with the Pacers lead and heading into the bottom of the fourth. Gavin Wheeler will lead things off. Back live in Cary, North Carolina. The Falcons made a pitching change here. Number 10, Altamuller, comes in relief of Ray here in the bottom of the fourth. Gavin Wheeler leading things off for the Pacers. Wheeler 0 for 1 on the day. Takes ball 1 high and away. Pitch low and away. Ball number 2. Wheeler grounds out to third there for out number 1. Brings up number 25, Kyle Loki. Loki, 1 for 2 on the day. He's a junior transfer from Wake Tech Community College, residing in Concord, North Carolina. Takes the first pitch inside for ball number 1. Pitch number 2 low for ball 2. Pacers will wrap up the series against Pfeiffer tomorrow at 2 p.m. Altamuller's pitch there high for ball 3. Counting out 3-0. I was saying the Pacers wrap up the series tomorrow against Pfeiffer and then travel to Lexington, South Carolina to square off against Trinity College from Connecticut. Again, they host NC Wesleyan. Wheeler there with a nice single to center field. Sorry, folks, that was Kyle Loki. Brings up number 20, Easton Payton. Payton with an 0-1 count. Takes the pitch high and away for ball number 2. Easton Payton, the senior from Mount Holly, North Carolina. Had a great career here for the Pacers. Time here. Most of his time playing in left field for the Pacers. 2-1 count here for Payton. Pulls it to the third base. Hits off the third baseman. Payton will reach there. Hard hit ball to third base. Payton with the wheels. Would have been a hard throw there for the third baseman as Easton Payton runs the bases pretty well. Bring it up, number 15, Nathan Holt. Holt so far 1 for 2 on the day with 2 RBIs. Pitch low and away for ball 1. Pacers with runners on first and second. 1 out here. In the bottom of the 4th. Altamuller's pitch low in the dirt for ball number 2. As I was saying, the Pacers are now in the full swing of their conference games. NC Wesleyan next week in a 3-day series starting on Friday at 7 p.m. Followed by the next weekend against Averett University here at the USA Baseball Complex. Called balk there on Altamuller to advance the runners to third and second. And the Pacers will make the long road trip to Maryville, Tennessee to match up against the Scots. That is on Friday, April 5th through the 7th. Altamuller's pitch low and away as he walks Nathan Holt to load the bases for Alex Seaton. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Seaton with the bases loaded. Looks like Coach Stampler here will pay a visit to the mound to Altamuller. Continuing with the Pacers' schedule for the rest of the year. On Wednesday, April 10th, they visit Randolph-Macon. A midweek game at 3:30 p.m. in Ashland, Virginia. The Yellow Jackets, we saw them last year here in North Carolina as they won the NCAA Regional to advance to the tournament last May. Should be a good matchup for the Pacers. Seaton here with the bases loaded. Loki on third, Payton on second with Holt on first base. First pitch from Alton Mueller. High. Loki holds up as Gordon throws down to second. Nothing doing there. Gordon made a quick recovery there to cover home plate. Looked like Loki would score for sure. Mueller showing off. He's got some quick. Pardon, folks. Gordon showing that he can move rather quickly. Count 1-0 here for Seton. Alton Mueller's pitch. Low and in the dirt for ball 2. Alton Mueller's pitch. Low and inside. 3 balls, 0 strikes here for Seton. I'm sure he will take this pitch. The so-called strike there from Alton Mueller. Seton batting .323 on the season. 20 hits so far, 6 RBIs. Seton draws the walk there to bring in Loki. Extend the Pacers' lead to 5-3. 1 out with Tyler Tilson coming up. As I was saying earlier, folks, Tilson hit a big grand slam against Piedmont in the first game. As the bases loaded here with 1 out. Looks like the Falcons will again go to the bullpen. Bring in number 66, Paul Gervais. Freshman from Fuquay-Varina, North Carolina. Harnett Central High School. Standing in at 6'8". It's got some height to him, that's for sure, folks. Saying the weather gave us a taste of spring yesterday and the day before. Saw some pollen on the ground for a bit this morning. Sorry for all the allergy folks out there, myself included. Not a good sight, but, you know, take warm weather over this cold weather any day. Had a couple cold games out here at USA so far this season. The Pacers, the backfields, obviously not in the friendly confines of a press box as we are now, but, you know, you have to brave the elements sometimes. Looks like we're about to get the action back underway here. Mikey Anderton on deck for the Pacers after Tilson. Tilson 2 for 2 on the day with 1 RBI so far. Has the bases loaded here. Opportunity to bring in some more. I see a tough situation with Gervais's first pitch behind Gordon. Peyton sneaks in to extend the Pacers' lead to 6-3 there. As I was saying earlier, Peyton's got some wheels on him. Was able to make it from third on the wild pitch from Gervais. 1 ball, no strikes here for Tilson. Tilson pulls it to the first base side, called foul. Count now 1-1. Obviously, always a tough situation to bring in anyone in, but you have a freshman pitcher here. The base is loaded. Lots of pressure. Race with the pitch. Tilson again pulls it. The first base side. Another foul ball there. Count now 1-2. All low in the dirt. Count now even at 2-2. Gervais's pitch popped up by Tilson. Looks like he'll just be out of play here into the Pacers bullpen. Tilson, the senior from Benson, North Carolina. Looking to drive in some more runs for the Pacers. Gervais catches Tilson there with strike number 3 for out number 2 here for the Falcons. Brings up the third baseman, Mikey Anderton. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Pacers leading 6-3. Gervais's first pitch to Anderton. Looks like it was just about to drop there in front of the left fielder. It's caught for out number 3. We head now to the top of the 5th with the Pacers leading 6-3. We will be back here on the Pacers Sports Network. Back live here, top of the 5th. The DH number 7, Marsh, leading off for the Falcons. Derek Jackson still on the mound for the Pacers. Tell you folks, a wonderful evening for baseball here. Nice sunset in the background. Jackson's first pitch low for ball number 1. Adds to the scenery. All the planes going into RDU, flying right over the field. Makes it quite picturesque. And Marsh pulls it to right field. We're a home run there. Leadoff home run for Marsh. Hits off the scoreboard in right field. Thought it was staying right in play. Just hits the scoreboard. Cuts the Pacers' lead to 6-4 here. Bringing up the catcher, number 77, Gordon. Gordon 2 for 2 on the day. Jackson's first pitch fouled off by Gordon. I was saying, folks, RDU right on the other side of USA. Lots of planes can be seen flying by. Jackson gets strike number 2. Gordon swinging there. Looks like we have some activity in the Pacers bullpen. Looks like Sam Petticord in the beginning to warm up. Jackson's pitch low and away for ball number 1. Count 1-2 here. Jackson's pitch popped up behind home plate, out of play. Hits off the bleachers. Nice net system USA has here. Protects all the fans. Looks Jackson's pitch there. Inside, catches Gordon looking for out number 1. Brings up number 34, Blake Weinbarger. 1 out here. Top of the 5th. Ball high and away there. Jackson's pitch fouled off by Weinbarger there.
Take my burger.
Jackson's pitch there high for ball number 2. Count now 2-1. Favor of Weinbarger here. Weinbarger 1 for 1 on the day. Pops it up to right field. Jonathan Rue under it for out number 2. Brings up number 6, Zach Farrell. Another local player here from Apex, North Carolina, just down the road. Freshman infielder. Jackson's first pitch to Farrell. High for ball 1. Second pitch fouled off there by Farrell. Count now 1-1. Jackson's delivery here high for ball 2. Look, pitch seemed to be a bit outside. Close call there. Now count now 3-1. Jackson's pitch hit, but dribbler to third, called foul. Count now 3-2. Saying earlier, folks, the Pacers here to Bit of a slow start to the season, but been picking it up here of late. Picked up a mid-win victory over Guilford College. Pacers making the USA South tournament the past 2 years. Have a lot to play here in the season. I was saying earlier. Welcome the Battling Bishops of NC Wesleyan next weekend for a 3-day series. Jackson strikes out Farrell, looking to end the inning for the Pacers. Pacers lead 6-4 after a leadoff home run from the Falcons. Jackson holds the Falcons after that. We head into the bottom of the fifth with the Pacers leading 6-4. Back here in the bottom of the fifth, Ty Galloway leading things off for the Pacers. Galloway 1 for 2 on the day. We're going to get things started here in the bottom of the fifth for the Pacers. Gervais's pitch low and away for ball number 1. Ball 2 there from Gervais. Looks like we have some more action in the Pacers bullpen. Isaiah Ortega getting warmed up. Gervais's pitch low for ball 3. Galloway takes ball 4. Draws the walk here to lead things off in the bottom of the fifth, bringing up Nick Tilley. Tilley and Galloway trading off the catching duties tonight. Tilley is catching, Galloway is the DH. Gervais's pitch to Tilley, called strike 1. Folks, if you ever do get a chance to come out here and catch a game, lots of things to offer out here in the Cary area, obviously. As I said earlier, a lot of teams play here at USA during the summer, during the spring, catch some baseball pretty much all year around. Tilley here pops up to center field for out number 1. Bringing up number 14, Gavin Wheeler. Kyle Loki on deck for the Pacers. Loki 1 for 2 on the day. Gavin Wheeler trying to lay down the bunt here. Foul. Wheeler from Fayetteville, North Carolina, Jack Britt High School. A lot of athletes coming out of Jack Britt. Fayetteville as a whole. Gervais's pitch to Wheeler. Little outside for ball number 1. Count now 1-1 for Wheeler. Another plane flying over here. I'm sure it'll come into the camera frame here. Strike number 2 there called on Wheeler. Count now 1-2. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Runner on first for the Pacers. Gervais's pitch. High for ball number 2. Count now even at 2-2. Pacers piecing it together here in the last few games. Making good contact. A couple runs. Wheeler fouls that off behind the plate. A 2-2 delivery from Gervais. Outside for ball number 3. Full count here for Gervais. Low as Wheeler draws a walk. Runners on first and second now for the Pacers. Kyle Loki coming up to bat. Have some action in the Falcons bullpen as well. Gervais's first pitch here to Loki. High for ball 1. Gervais's pitch here. High for ball number 2. Gervais having a hard time here. Find the strike zone. Needs to settle in here. Wheeler and Galloway. First and second for the Pacers. Loki, it's a chopper to short. Trying to turn the double play there, and they do 6-4-3 to end the inning and get the Falcons out of a jam. We head now into the top of the 6th. Pacers still lead 6-4. Eli Blake leading off the inning here for the Falcons. Here in the top of the sixth, Derek Jackson still dealing here for the Pacers. Looks like we have Jamie May in the bullpen warming up as well. Jackson's second pitch, low and inside for ball one. Count now 1-1. The Pacers a nightcap of a full day of sports here at WPU. Pacers softball split a doubleheader with Georgia Wesleyan earlier in the day, winning game number 1 on a walk-off double with 2 outs to give them a 5-4 win. Jackson's pitch here called strike, count now even at 2-2. Women's lacrosse team continues their hot start now at 6-0 after a 20-5 win against NC Wesleyan. Jackson's pitch here fouled off by Blake. Pacers women's lacrosse team now at 6-0 as they will travel to. Actually, they will host Pfeiffer on Tuesday. Looking to go 7-0 on the season. Full day of sports again tomorrow. Jackson's pitch here. Called strike for out number 1. Jackson paints the black there. Catches Blake looking for out number 1. Brings up the shortstop, Kowalski. Kowalski 1 for 1 on the day with 1 RBI. I was saying a day full of sports tomorrow here at WPU as the Pacers close out their series against Pfeiffer at 2 p.m., as well as the men's lacrosse team hosting Southwestern University at 2 p.m. as well. And the Pacers softball team will host Piedmont College starting at 12 p.m. Doubleheader. Coach Dobbins' annual pink game. So plenty of sports for the Pacer faithful. Jackson's pitch slow and inside. Count now 2-1 to Kowalski. 2-1 offering here from Jackson. High for ball 3. As I was saying, plenty of action tomorrow. Of course, you can tune in for the conclusion of this series at 2 p.m. with live stats and live stream. Kowalski draws the walk here. Brings up number 4, McCraw. Rono on first here for the Falcons with 1 out. Jackson's first pitch to McCraw high for ball 1. And sorry, folks, I forgot the Pacer track and field team return this weekend to Wilmington for the Seahawk Invitational. Pacers' inaugural season of track and field opened up last weekend with a couple of Pacers posting top 10 times. It's top 10 in the nation so far after an early meet. Just everyone getting in the swing of things as the outdoor season for track and field just closed. So track meets to come. Jackson, the pickoff attempt at first, called safe. Looked like he had got Kowalski there on the pickoff. Jackson's pitch high, ball 2. Here for McCraw. McCraw batting .343 on the season. 12 hits, 6 RBIs. Jackson's 2-0 delivery here. Called strike. Down the middle. Count now 2-1. Kowalski on first for the Falcons. After drawing the walk. McCraw pops up to short. Loki underneath it for out number 2. Bringing up the first baseman, number 17, Mason Stripling. 2 outs here. The top of the 6th for the Falcons. Jackson's first pitch called strike. Jackson with 5 strikeouts so far. Kowalski steals second there. 1-1 count now for Stripling. Kowalski steals second. Jackson's 1-1 offering here. Pulled to left field as Easton Payton gets underneath it for out number 3. Score remains 6-4 here, heading into the bottom of the 6th. Back live here with Easton Payton leading off for the Pacers. New pitcher here for the Falcons. Number 43, Holden Carter. Gets Payton to fly out to left field for out number 1. Brings up number 15, Nathan Holt. Carter, 2 appearances so far this season for the Falcons. Count 1-1 now. After a swing and a miss from Holt. Holden Carter from Darlington, South Carolina. Home of the famous Darlington Motor Speedway of NASCAR. Folks, racing's big down there in Darlington. Quite the fan of NASCAR myself. Always been a fan of the sport. Never been to a race. Always would like to go to Darlington. There's always a night race in September. Falls on Labor Day weekend, but full swing of soccer during that time impedes me from going. Count now 2-2 on Nathan Holt. Pitch fouled off there by Holt. Holt hits a chopper to third base for out number 1 with a 5-3 ground out there. Looked like Holt might be able to beat it. Throw gets there just in time for out number 2. Brings up second baseman, number 11, Alex Seaton. Seaton making the move to second base here in this series. Carter's pitch fouled off by Seaton down the right field line. Swing and a miss there from Seaton. Count now 0-2. Seaton fouls off another pitch down the right field line. Seaton from Wendell, North Carolina. I think I spotted his dad wearing some Corinth Holders high gear. Back in my heyday, when they first started, used to play them in soccer a couple years back. Keep trying to remind myself I am far removed from high school now. The Pirates of Corinth Holders High School. Really nice facility. Seaton pops up here to short. Looks like underneath it for out number 3. Nothing doing here in the bottom of the 6th for the Pacers. Score remains William P. 6, Pfeiffer University 4. We'll be back, folks. back live here in Cary, North Carolina, top of the 7th. New pitcher here for the Pacers. Number 49, Jamie May, comes in to pitch for the Pacers. First pitch called strike there. Lambert batting for the Falcons here. Lambert 0 for 3 on the day. Takes May's pitch low. Count now even at 1-1. Pitch low and inside for ball 2. Looks like Lambert checked up just in time. Ball 3. Count now 3-1. 3-1 pitch from May hits Lambert. Running out on first with Marsh coming up to bat here for the Falcons. Derek Jackson comes out of the game after 6 innings pitched, allowing 4 runs with 5 strikeouts and 3 walks. May's first pitch to Marsh, low and away for ball 1. May 4 appearances here for the Pacers this season. Low and inside for ball 2. May from East Forsyth High School. Left-handed pitcher here, standing in at 6'3". Fun fact, his cousin is freshman pitcher, number 18, Samuel Petticord. Looks like he continues to warm up with Ortega in the Pacers bullpen. Marsh pulls it to first base. Tilson to short. Back to Tilson for the double play there. Nice 3-6-3 double play there from the Pacers. 2 quick outs. Brings up the catcher, number 77, Gordon. Gordon 2 for 3 on the day. May's first pitch inside for ball number 1. Gordon pulls it down third base side, foul. Count now 1-1 with 2 outs here. The top of the 7th. May's pitch high for ball number 2. Count now 2-1. Inside for ball number 3. As night falls here on the USA National Training Complex. May's pitch low and away for ball number 4. Gordon walks. Brings up number 37, Weinbarger. As I said, the Pacers a nightcap here for a full day of sports at WPU. 6 p.m. start, as there was a 5K here in Cary. So there's always something to do out here in Cary. It's a race, something for everyone. Mace delivery here. Strike number 2 is Weinberger with a swing and a miss. 0-2 count here for Weinbarger. Runner on first for the Falcons. 0-2 delivery here from May. Inside. Looks like it grazed Weinbarger there. He will reach first base. Runners now at first and second for the Falcons. Zach Farrell coming up to bat. Two outs here in the top of the 7th. May looking to get out of this jam. Pitch low for ball 1. Ball 2 there as May's pitch is inside. Count now 3-0 for Farrell here. 2 outs, 2 runners on base. May's pitch low for ball number 4. The bases are now loaded for the Falcons with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Bringing up number 3, Eli Blake. Eli Blake 0 for 3 on the day. Looks like Coach Finks will have a word with May here in the top of the 7th. Looks like we still have some action there in the Pacers bullpen. Isaiah Ortega is still warming up. Folks, as I was saying, lots of things to do out here in Cary. If you ever want to catch a game, a lot of nice places to eat around here. Mooresville's just around the corner. I think Raleigh was voted like top 3. The best quality of life, I think, in the nation. Obviously, Raleigh, Cary, all in the same boat. Not too far apart from each other. Offer many of the same things. St. Patrick's Day, they were hosting a St. Patrick's Day parade in downtown Raleigh today. Lots of green, people everywhere. Bases loaded here for the Falcons as May faces Eli Blake here with 2 outs, the top of the 7th. May's first pitch, called strike on the outside. Count 0-1. May's second pitch. Nice breaking ball there for strike number 2. Count now 0-2 for Eli Blake. May looking to get out of this jam here in the top of the 7th. Gets Blake to pop up. Tilly looking to make the catch. Out of play there. Comes back into play. Rolled off the net there. May with 3 really good pitches here against Blake. Out ahead early 0-2. The 0-2 delivery here from May. Fouled off by Blake. Pitch from May outside for ball number 1. Count now 1-2. May working fast here. Waits for the sign from Tilly. Blake flies out to left field to Peyton as Jamie May gets out of the inning here for the Pacers. The bases loaded for the Falcons. May gets Blake to fly out to left field to end the inning. Pacers still lead 6-4 as we head into the bottom of the 7th. Back live here on the Pacer Sports Network. Tyler Tilson leading off the bottom of the 7th for the Pacers. Tilson with first pitch swinging deep to center field, back off the wall. Stand-up double for Tilson here to lead off things in the bottom of the 7th. It's going to sound like Chris Berman there. Back. Wasn't quite gone, but off the wall for a stand-up double for Tilson. Brings up number 2, Mikey Anderton. Runner in scoring position. Tilson after a leadoff double. Anderton squares up to bunt. Takes ball 1. Delivery from Carter. Anderton again squares up to bunt, fouls it off. Count now 1-1. Anderton lays the bunt down. Carter tries to go to third. Throw is high as Tilson scores, and Anderton advances to second there. Great bunt there from Anderton to advance the runner, and then the throw goes high. Scores Tilson. Brings up number 7, Ty Galloway. Pacers extend their lead to 7-4. The throw-in error from Carter. Galloway lays down the bunt. Carter picks it up, throws it to the second baseman covering first base. That advances Anderton to third. Gordon going out to have a talk with Carter here before Nick Tilley comes up to the plate. Sorry, folks. Drinking a little bit of Gatorade there. Getting a little parched. I will tell you, flavor that never goes old in Gatorade is the blue Gatorade. Classic. Now they have all these flavors, cucumber, berry, you never know nowadays. Tilley comes up with one out. Anderton on third. Takes first pitch high for ball number 1. No delivery from Carter. Gets Tilley swinging there. Count now 1-1. Tilley fouls off Carter's pitch there. Count now 1-2. Carter gets Tilley swinging at a pitch down low for out number 2. Bringing up number 14, Gavin Wheeler. Carter's pitched here to Wheeler. Low for ball number 1. Wheeler 0 for 2 on the day. Looking to drive in Anderton. Fouls off pitch number 2 there from Carter. Count now 1-1 with 2 outs here. Runner on third for the Pacers. Pitch high from Carter there, ball 2. Looks like we have action in both bullpens now. Two-one delivery here from Carter. Fouled off by Wheeler. Count now even at 2-2. just inside. Count now at 3-2. Wheeler lines out to first base as Lambert comes up there with a great grab for the Falcons. Get Carter out of the inning there. Anderton left stranded on third after a leadoff double from Tyler Tilson, who eventually scored on an error from the pitcher. The Pacers leave one on base, but extend their lead to 7-4 as we head into the top of the eighth. We're back live here in Cary, North Carolina, with Kowalski leading off things for the Falcons. We have a new pitcher here for the Pacers, number 47, Isaiah Ortega from Bunn, North Carolina. Funny story about this. I went to Lewisburg High School, rival of Bunn High School, where Ortega attended, and his brother Raphael. I actually played against his brother in high school. Did once play baseball, folks. Bunn and Lewisburg separated by about 10 miles a while back. Voted the best rivalry in high school. Not sure how accurate it was. I sat in third period and voted for it over and over again. So, but we won. Ortega's pitched low for ball 2. Count now 2-1 on Kowalski. Bunn High School has produced a bunch of great players here. Tariq Cohen, who's now in the NFL. Ortega gets Kowalski swinging there for strike number 2. Count now at 2-2. I was saying Tariq Cohen, Spencer Brickhouse, who is a standout first baseman at ECU, also went to Bunn High School. Ortega's 2-2 delivery pulled by Kowalski as Easton Payton gets underneath it for out number 1 in left field. That brings up number 4, McGraw. Ortega's pitch in the dirt for ball 1. McGraw here, 1-3 on the day. Count now 1-0. Take his pitch in the dirt for ball number 2. Two-0 delivery from Ortega. Low. So the count now is 3-0 for McCraw, who will be for sure taken here, and does so. Count now 3-1. McCraw thought he had drawn the walk there. Take his pitch, pull to third base. Anderton comes up with the throw for out number 2. Brings up number 17, Mason Striplin. Striplin 2 for 4 on the day. 1 run. Take his first pitch to Striplin. Squares up to bunt. Takes strike number 1. Take his pitch low. Count now even at 1-1. Has some more action in the Pacer bullpen. 2 warming up. Ortega's 1-1 offering. Swung. Swing and a miss there for Striplin. Count now 1-2. Pitch low and away from Ortega. All 2s across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. Ortega's pitch low. Brings it to a full count. Take his pitch. Catch a Striplin looking by golly Miss Molly. Gets Ortega out of the inning. You see the Pacer bench pumped. Out number 3 there. Takes us into the bottom of the 8th. As Ortega comes in relief. And makes quick work of the Falcons lineup to take us into the bottom of the 8th, with the Pacers leading 7-4. Leading off the bottom of the 8th here for the Pacers, number 25, Kyle Loki. Carter still in the game for the Falcons. First pitch swinging there by Loki for strike number 1. Second pitch from Carter there. Low for ball number 1. Count now even at 1-1. Say, folks, I have 2.5 hour game here. Going by rather quickly. Pitch fouled off there by Loki. You know what? People usually associate sunflowers with baseball. You know, I'm more of a pistachio guy. You know, just some nice pistachios here. They're good for the health, is from what I hear. Carter's pitch here. Inside for ball number 2. Count now at 2-2. I was saying these games sometimes turn into a marathon. Last May, in the NCAA regional that WPU hosted, we had a 10 a.m. start time. I believe we did not get home until 2:30 a.m. after a couple rain delays. Some long days out in the ball field. Loki fouls off. 2-2 pitch from Carter. Have Easton Payton on deck for the Pacers. 2-2 pitch from Carter. Hit towards first base as Lambert secures it for out number 1. How about it, number 20, Easton Payton. 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. Payton lays down the bunt. Carter comes up with it just in time to get Payton out. Carter fired up here after out number 2 for the Falcons. Bring up number 15, Nathan Holt. Holt 1 for 3 on the day with 2 RBIs. While drawing 1 walk, takes pitch number 1 inside for ball number 1. Carter's pitch high. Count now 2-0 for Nathan Holt. Alex Eaton on deck for the Pacers. Holt takes a pitch. Strike number 1. Another plane flies over here. The USA National Training Complex. Holt takes pitch inside for ball number 3. Count now at 3-1 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Carter's 3-1 pitch here. Swung on by Holt. Strike number 2. Full count here for Nathan Holt. As Sam Petticord warms up in the Pacers bullpen. Holt skies 1 out. The shortstop secured for out number 3. We head now to the top of the 9th. The Pacers lead in 7-4. as I think we will have a pitching change here for the Pacers. And in fact, we do. Number 18, Sam Petticord. Tell you what, folks, if you get a chance to come watch him pitch, he works fast. Just electric from the mound. Shades of Major League. Wild thing. Comes in to close things out here in the top of the ninth. Just has a fast-paced game to him. Even warming up, as you guys can see, just zooming on through his warm-up pitches. We have Kirby Lambert leading things off for the Falcons here in the top of the ninth. Lambert 0 for 3 on the day. Looking to get things started here for the Pfeiffer Falcons. Petticord comes in with a record of 1-2, 7 appearances and 1 save for the Pacers, with 12 strikeouts in 13 innings pitched. ERA of 3.46 so far on the season. Petticord looking to hold off the Falcons here in the top of the ninth. Faces Lambert here to lead things off. Petticord's pitch. Oh, it's strike one. Again, folks, this fast-paced style of Petticord. The 0-1 delivery here. Called strike two. Oh, 2 pitch here from Petticord. Inside for ball number 1. Count now 1-2. 1-2 pitch from Petticord here. Oh, and outside. Count now even at 2-2. Close pitch there by Petticord, called a ball. Full count now. Another close pitch there, called ball 4 as Lambert reaches on a walk. Brings up the DH, Marsh. Petticord now from the stretch. The runner on first. Petticord's pitch just outside. Ball 1. Another pitch low and away from Petticord. Count now 2-0. Petticord gets strike number 1 called there with a pitch on the outside. Two-one pitch from Petticord gets Marsh to pop up. Looks like Loki is underneath it for out number 1. That brings up number 77, Gordon, up to bat. Petticord again ready here. He faces Gordon. Pitch number 1. Hold the ball. One 0 pitch from Petticord. Popped up to the first base side. Tilson looking to get underneath it and just out of play there into the Falcons bullpen. Count now 1-1. The 1-1 pitch from Petticord here. Fouled off by Gordon. Count now 1-2. Run on first for the Falcons going. Lambert slides in a second with a stolen base. Count now 2-2. Lambert steals second. Runner in scoring position for the Falcons. Looks like Nick Tilley will call time here to talk things over with Petticord. Count 2-2 with 1 out here. The top of the 9th. Petticord's pitch here. Getting fouled off by Gordon. Petticord from Kernersville, North Carolina. The 2-2 pitch to Gordon. Fouled off. Where's the first base side? Long at bat here for Gordon. Fouling off the last 3 pitches from Petticord. 2-2 delivery here from Petticord. Close call there again. Count now full at 3-2. I think Petticord's pitches are just a bit outside. At least that's from the view we have up here. Petticord misses low and away as Gordon draws the walk there. Brings up Blake Weinbarger. Runners on first and second for the Falcons with 1 out. Weinbarger, 1 for 2 on the day, takes the first pitch for a strike. Time called here by Weinbarger. The 0-1 pitch from Petticord on the way. Swing and a miss there by Weinbarger. Strike number 2. 1 out here. Pitch low and inside from Petticord to Weinbarger. Count now 1-2. Petticord getting the sign here from Tilly. 1-2 pitch on the way. High and away there. Count now even at 2-2. Weinbarger hits it to Anderton, who tags third for out number 1 and throws out Weinbarger at first for the double play as Sam Petticord comes in and saves the game for the Pacers to secure a 7-4 victory over the Pfeiffer Falcons here at USA Baseball. Pacers will conclude the series tomorrow at 2 p.m. against Pfeiffer, as the series is now tied at 1-1. Derek Jackson gets win number 1 on the season as he throws 6 innings, 5 strikeouts, while allowing 8 hits and 4 runs. Jamie May, Isaiah Ortega, and Sam Petticord come in relief and give up no runs, 1 strikeout, and 0 hits allowed. 3 innings of work there for May, Ortega, and Petticord combined. Well, folks, that is all today from Cary, North Carolina, as the Pacers take game number 2, 7-4. See you guys tomorrow.